Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something a little bit different for my channel. I'm wearing my Panic at the Disco hat. I went to see Panic at the Disco the other day in concert and they were phenomenal. If you ever have the opportunity to go see them live, definitely do it. So good. And I had such a great time because a lot of you guys came up to me and said you watched my videos, which always makes me feel good. Oh yeah, today's video, this idea was actually sprung, I guess, a week ago or so. I was bored and I asked on Instagram for you guys to ask me like questions you're nervous to ask other people, or you feel uncomfortable asking other people, or you're scared or whatever, or something that you've just always wanted to ask someone else and you've never like done so. And basically what I said is I'll answer them for you anonymously so no one would know who asked. So that's what I did, but to my surprise I actually got thousands of them, and as I was kind of typing out the answers I thought, why don't I just make a fucking video about this? There were some really good questions that I know a lot of people probably want to know the answer to, and I mean, since I have this platform, I figured why don't I answer them even if they are super fucking embarrassing, which they are. A lot of them are very embarrassing. At the end of the day, like I said, I do have this platform and I'm a very big advocate of talking about these things, spreading sexual education, sexual health. So although some of them are really awkward and I don't want to talk about it, I was like, fuck it. If we can help at least one person feel comfortable in their body, then it's fucking worth it, isn't it? So let me get the goods here. So first question, how do you shave your asshole? For me personally, when I shave my asshole, I don't use a mirror or anything, and I just go in and hope for the best. That one was probably like the most raunchy. I just wanted to get it out of the way. So if you're okay with that question, you'll be fine the rest of the video. Okay, so did you have sex when you were overweight? So yes, I did have sex when I was overweight, although it was only with one person. And I also had a lot of people asking the differences between when I was overweight and now. I would say the main difference is definitely endurance, stamina, everything like that. As well as body confidence, obviously. So when I was big, if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know, like I wasn't super self-conscious. Like I've always been a relatively confident person. However, being intimate was something I struggled with a bit. Like I'm just kind of a shy person. So now, like even after I lost weight, it was a bit of a hurdle for me to feel more comfortable. But I definitely felt more comfortable and more confident in my abilities in a sexual environment, if that makes sense. But other than that, there wasn't much difference. Honestly, I don't think confidence is attached to your weight at all. I have struggled more with confidence issues since losing weight than before when I was super overweight. It all comes down to like self-love, everything like that, trying to work your way up, trying to be more confident with yourself, and definitely making sure you are with someone who makes you feel comfortable. Never feel obligated to do anything with anyone who makes you feel bad about yourself, ever. Okay, so this was obviously asked by someone with a penis, and they say, will my penis get larger after weight loss? Obviously, I cannot speak on personal experience. I do not have a penis, but just from talking to people who do have penises, the simple answer is no, your penis does not get bigger. However, the usable length of your penis should increase. And what I mean by that is when you are super overweight or morbidly obese, you carry, or most people, sorry, everyone's anatomy is different, but a lot of people will carry a lot of fat in the fupa, the fatty upper penis area, or pussy area or pelvic area, and that fat like goes out like this. So when you have a penis, when that shrinks down, like the usable length is more, but the penis technically isn't larger. So that's like what I've heard from people who have experienced that. Did you get thigh or stomach pimples when overweight? Or did you get ingrown hairs or boils? So for me personally, I did not experience acne in my inner thighs. However, I do know a lot of people who have. So unfortunately, I can't really talk about my experience with that, but hopefully you just hearing that other people do experience that, it's like comforting knowing that you're not alone. For me, I did experience a lot of chafing when I was overweight, and the thing that really helped me was to actually put deodorant in between my legs, and it made it much more I don't know, like smooth, I don't know, but I didn't get that painful chafing. I actually do have a lot of scars in between my legs because my chafing used to be so bad, like my skin would rip and it would be like, you know, open wounds, and I remember being super fucking painful. And as a result from that scarring, there is a lot of darker spots on my inner thighs, which that was probably the number one question I was asked, is if I have discoloration in between my thighs, in my armpits, everything like that from being overweight. And the answer to that is yes. So when I was at my heaviest, the discoloration was a lot darker. Even in my inner thighs, at some points it could be nearly black. Like I said, from scarring, from open wounds. With time, as I've lost weight, that discoloration, which is essentially hyperpigmentation, it has not disappeared completely. However, it has less, like it is a lot lighter. That is something I've definitely dealt with, and that is something a lot of people deal with. And if you are feeling ashamed or embarrassed about that, you shouldn't, because I know the commercials, I know the supermodels, like no one has any fucking type of hyperpigmentation in their skin, but it is very common. And yeah, that's about it. What size bra did you start with and what are you now? So I did lose a lot of volume in my breasts. I've mentioned this on my channel before. Before I lost weight, I was like a 44F or something, like a double F. They were massive. They were bazungas. Now my boobs are still actually pretty big. They are a 34 double D. Obviously they are way fucking smaller. Something other people asked was, when I lost weight, did the shape of my breast change? For me personally, they did not. So basically when I lost weight, my boobs looked the exact same, just like a deflated version. But the actual like shape of them was very similar. That won't be the case for everyone. I know some people who have really perky breasts when they're large and they lose weight and they kind of sag a bit. Mine were never ever perky. Like my boobs were never fucking perky ever in my life. The second they started growing, gravity took its toll, girl. Gravity was something else to do with my boobs. Did your areolas shrink when you lost weight? So mine didn't. I have never heard of that happening for anyone, but I could be mistaken, because you know, this isn't something I casually ask someone like, hey, did your fucking areola shrink? Mine didn't, but mine were never super big in the first place. They were just you know, pointing to the ground, smiling at my toes. And then someone also asked, did I get my areolas reshaped or made smaller when I had my breast lift? I didn't. Like I said, my areolas are the same size they were. However, I know that is an option for a lot of people. Did the lips of your vagina get any looser when you lost weight? So no, they did not. The only thing that changed about my vagina or any of the anatomy down there was the fupa. Like I mentioned, the fatty upper pelvic area. Basically it used to be like a little pillow and now it's not. But yeah, nothing really changed other than that, and I don't think it should really. But again, I don't want to say anything that's not accurate because I can only speak for myself. So did the smell of your vagina change when you lost weight? So I mean, right off the bat, I just want to, you know, put a little PSA in here for the really young girls watching, and maybe not even really young, just the more uneducated about like vaginal health. Vaginas have a very distinct vagina smell. Like they're not supposed to smell like roses or anything like that. Like a vagina is a vagina and it's not gonna smell like fucking candy. And you should never try to like douche your vagina or put anything up it in like an attempt to change the smell, because that's actually very unhealthy and can lead to an infection. So do not do that. However, with saying that, I do think the smell of my vagina changed after I lost weight. I think there is a good argument to be made about your dietary health and how that affects your vagina. Another thing that I think changed a lot is when I was bigger, I used to sweat a lot more. And the thing about a vagina opposed to a penis is like it's always like if you sweat and stuff, like your vagina doesn't get aired out, right? Like a penis does. Does your period flow get lighter when you lose weight? I've mentioned this before on my channel, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But yes, 100%. I used to have a very heavy period. Now it is not quite as heavy, although recently I've been dealing with a lot of period issues. Don't even get me started. I've just been dealing with a lot of issues in general. My body doesn't fucking like me this month. Are you on birth control and are you afraid of hormonal weight gain? So yes, I'm on birth control. I am on the pill, and hormonal weight gain wasn't really something I was concerned about. I've had absolutely no negative effects from birth control on my weight, on my mood, anything like that. I know that is not the case for everyone, so definitely do your research before taking birth control. And then the final question, and I think this is, wow, it is so dark, I'm so sorry. And I think this is a great question to end on, and that is, how do I feel more confident in my body even though I am not at my goal weight? Coming from personal experience, and this is gonna sound so lame and so like cliche, but at least from my experience, I can 100% tell you your happiness is not linked to your weight. There was a point after I lost weight where I was more unhappy than I was when I was big, because I was dealing with so many body image issues, so many food issues. You do not have to wait until you reach a certain weight to fully embrace yourself, embrace your body. The best thing you can do is working on loving yourself right now, because if you build that foundation to really, you know, appreciate, really take care of yourself now, it's gonna be a lot easier for you after you undergo pretty severe or pretty drastic weight changes. That's something a lot of people do not talk about, and that is the aftermath of losing weight, kind of the negative side, and that is just your brain not catching up with your body, not being able to kind of process how you look, not being able to be appreciative or proud of how you look. Read some self-help books. There are a lot of amazing self-love and body positive Instagram accounts, YouTubers, and then probably some of the best advice I could give is always surround yourself with people who make you feel good about yourself. If you are with a partner who does not make you feel good about yourself, who makes you question yourself, who makes you hate your body, hate your personality, anything like that, that partner is not worth your time. Anita's are better than that, and sorry, I'm going into mom mode when I start lecturing, but I don't want anyone to feel like they're not appreciated, because you are. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and check me out on Instagram if you want to be a part of my Q&A in the future.